I've become aware of your page for many years. In 2018, I became victim to a romance scam. It was such a horrible time in my life, one that I'm painfully embarrassed of. I share with you in hopes to help others. This happened to me in 2018. I was married for 28 years, together with my husband for 32 years. We met after high school, the only man I had ever been with. My husband, without any reason, walked out on me and filed for divorce. And it was a horrible divorce. I fought it every step of the way, and I was 52 years old, born in 66. A girlfriend of mine suggested a year or so later to get out and date. I replied to her, I don't know how. I met my husband at a ballpark back in the day, and she tells me about online dating, and I vaguely remember a person who did this and actually got married, and they're still married. I try and give it a go. I'm telling you, it was like 5 minutes later, the handsome man named Alfred contacted me, and my life was changed forever. I never sent money to the scammer, but my heart, feelings, and self esteem was battered and destroyed. I was separated from my husband and literally had no money, and when he left, he emptied the bank account. The scammer pressed hard for money, which was something I never understood because he was aware of my pending divorce and my husband had taken everything from our bank. I remember I was so proud telling people that I had found love and a new life with this man. I remember my admin girl at my real estate office said to me, all this is moving pretty fast, don't you think? And I thought to myself, well, I'm a fire sign, a Leo, and I'm action, and I just move fast like that. It was my very best girlfriend who made me realize the truth. It was a romance scam. She invited me to dinner, which I eagerly agreed to because I had to save what little I had to keep utilities on and groceries. When we finished dinner, we ordered dessert, and it was at that time my girlfriend gave me an article or something of that nature that she asked me to read. I take it and it says oil rigger romance scams. I'm immediately on the offense, and she said that I just need to ask her to read it. And I scanned through it. It has a paragraph or two in the article that states about gift cards, and I immediately realized there's a problem. Alfred, the love of my life, was always asking for gift cards, and here the article references this and other things as red flags. I think my eyes swelled up with tears, and I looked at my girlfriend. I said, why didn't you tell me sooner? And she said to me, because I was afraid if I did, you would end our friendship. And she was probably right. I would have. I am forever grateful to this friend, and as a matter of fact, it was actually my two girlfriends I confided in, but the one girlfriend was afraid of how I would react to the news that she'd canceled dinner with an excuse of something else to do. I do my due diligence and find out it's a scam. I find the real person in the photos and found out he ran for political office in California and even has a YouTube channel. He's a gay man, and when you watch the videos, his voice is completely different than the voice on the phone, and in all honesty, the voice on the phone had a heavy accent. Nothing like a Norwegian accent from what I thought it would be. In the end, the scammer calls me and threatens me badly that he will call my divorce attorney of my husband and tell them things that would hurt me and send pictures of myself to the divorce attorney that were adult in nature. I was terrified and I just screamed back and I told him I don't care and told him off. I never heard from him again, and at this point I'm watching and reading online oil rig romance scams, and I wrote what happened to me and sent it to the article I read and allowed them to share to help others. I want to thank you for what you do and hope that you will help others. We'd like to thank this lady for sharing her story. She did attach screenshots of the situation that she was in with this romance scammer. Unfortunately, oil rig scams are still the number one profession besides soldiers and doctors that romance scammers use. And keep in mind, we always think romance scammers want cash. A lot of times, and most times now, they ask for gift cards because they're untraceable and they're easy to access. So if you find yourself talking to somebody online and they claim to be an oil rig worker, doctor, soldier, and they start asking you for gift cards, the best thing to do is block. It's always going to be a scammer in disguise. If you'd like to share your story, You can find me scammingscammers@gmail.com. Just write me your story, send me some screenshots so I can help verify it, and I will narrate it into a video. Until next time, stay safe.